Hola everybody! So, okay, first of all, I've already filmed this motherfucking video, but for some reason I've lost all the footage, which is really annoying, but if you haven't recognized, I actually got a haircut. This is like the first time I've had a fringe since I was like 15 or something. Anyways, so this is a Ask Anna advice, sunflower support, whatever type video, and I will be doing this maybe once every couple weeks, maybe once a month. I'm not sure, whenever I feel like it, and depending on how much you guys actually like this series. So before I even begin to answer your questions, first of all, I want to say thank you so much, SNAPMADE, for sponsoring this video and sending me this motherfucking awesome shirt. So this is actually my Universal Hobo logo. Back of it actually says Universal Hobo. Yeah, it should say it. I hope you guys can see that. And I also got this. Yes, it probably looks familiar because I wore it to my meet and greet. Insert some meet and greet photos here. But yeah, I also got this from SNAPMADE, and it has my logo in the front and in the back. So I actually really like this. I got this in a large, and I think I got this long sleeve in a medium, but I'm not sure. So thank you so much, SNAPMADE, for sending me these two. I've actually collaborated with SNAPMADE in the past many times, and they've sent me my last jumper with my logo on it as well too, and I fucking wear it every single day. I actually wear it so much that I've put it through the wash so many times that the logo has actually faded. So that's one upsetting thing about it. But you do have to realize that when you like print, But you do have to realize that when you print on t-shirt, when you wash it a lot of times, it's going to fade, and especially because I wore that jumper so many fucking times, and that's how much I fucking love their products. You can put anything on a t-shirt. That's what that website is, snapmade.com. You can put anything on a t-shirt. You can put your friend's ugly fucking face on a t-shirt and wear it to them on their birthday or something. I don't know. You can get a photo of your boyfriend or fucking Zac Efron on a shirt if you want. You can get it on a shirt, a notebook, a mug, a hoodie, and they are offering a discount code, and I'll put it in this video here as well as in the description below. So thank you so much, SNAPMADE, for sponsoring this video. There is going to be a link below. Anyways, I'm so keen to answer all these questions. Because I've already filmed this, I actually remember the first question I answered, and it was from multiple people on Instagram, so I don't have a specific Instagram name, but many people asked this question, and it went along the lines of, my parents react very badly to my self-harm. How can I make them understand? I had to go through that as well too. I do not self-harm anymore. I am 19 years old. I'm turning 20 in a month. And I haven't self-harmed in fucking, I can't even remember the last time I self-harmed, but I really understand going through self-harm because I suffered with it for many, many, many years. If your parents are very like explosive, reactive, angry, like probably has anger issues or something, and you know that they react badly to it, and maybe it's because you're not expressing yourself the way you want to, and maybe they're taking it the wrong way, I suggest writing them a letter explaining to them like how it feels, that it is an addiction. You get addicted to the chemicals released when you self-harm, that you feel so much pain, that the only way you can express it is through physically hurting yourself because you're like under a lot of stress and you're very depressed and you need some help, and even ask them to help arrange a therapist for you or a psychiatrist, psychologist, a counselor. You can ask them for that help so they know that you're serious about trying it. Writing it in a letter, they can kind of just like sit down and read it. You can leave it on their desk in the morning before they go to work or something, or you can pin it to their door. I think writing a letter really helps them absorb what you are saying, because sometimes when I talk to my parents, and if it's about self-harm when I was younger, I'd suddenly shut off and I would turn into this like brick wall. I'd just have my walls up and I would talk like, yeah, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like I wouldn't really like talk about it because suddenly my walls were up because this was a serious and meaningful topic to me, and I suddenly just closed off because I feared what my parents would say. So I just became a brick wall, and they took it badly because of course they would, because it sounds like I don't even care or that it doesn't even matter, when in reality I just was really, really like scared to tell them. That's why writing a letter can really help them absorb what you are saying, write what they can do to help, because sometimes parents are stupid and it might be easier if you just tell them, this is what I need you to do. Whether it's, I want you to stop pressuring me so much about school, whether it's, I want to get a counselor, whether it's, I don't want to do a piano lesson anymore because it makes me depressed, but you keep pushing it on me, or whatever. I do think it is important to have a close relationship with your parents, because those are the two people who love you the most. And so I think it's very important to be honest with them, and to be honest with yourself first as well too. Make sure that you know that you need that help and you should get that help and you deserve that help, and it will help your parents actually help you. So good luck with that for all those people who have asked me that question, because I've gotten that question so many times even before I asked you guys to send me these advice questions. Question number 2. So this person asked me on my last video, which is how to be confident with self-harm scars by Ali Carries. So first of all, guys, if you want to ask and submit questions for the next Ask Anna Advice, Sunflower Support, whatever video, leave the questions below. This is this video where you ask the questions. So anyways, continuing on with this question, how to feel more confident with self-harm scars. Okay, I've had my scars covered up in tattoos. For example, this tattoo, there's nothing to be ashamed of with your scars, like as in you can't change the past and that all you can do is move on from it. First of all, you have to feel confident in your own skin, whether it's scarred, cut, or not. You have to feel comfortable in your own skin. So if these scars are making you feel uncomfortable in your skin, then it's important to start self-accepting yourself. You have to accept the fact that this has happened to you and that these are battle scars and that you are still breathing and you are still alive, and that is an amazing thing. The fact that you're still here no matter what shit you went through. The fact that you're still here, just know that any hard thing that you've ever had to go through has been put on your path, because life knows that you can handle it, and that if that path was for someone else, they wouldn't handle it. But everything you're going through is given to you because life knows that you can get through it. So start to feel like you belong, that you have a place here in this universe, and that you have a purpose, and you'll start to feel confident in yourself because you start to feel confident in your place in this world. And with self-harm scars, when people ask you and you feel uncomfortable and you feel like you don't want to tell them or you want to make up a lie, to be honest, the best thing that you can say is, I used to go through a really hard time, but I'm getting better now. And like, it might not necessarily be true, but it's the best thing that you can say instead of denying it and lying about it, even though it's weird that someone's asking you that question. And when you say it out loud, it actually makes you feel kind of good, but you just say to them like, I used to go through a really hard time and I'm actually getting better. And these are with scars. Like, obviously it would be different if someone saw like real flesh. With scars, like, these are battle scars and you have to explain it like that. Like, this is just one of the battles I had to go through. Everything about a person's physical appearance tells a story. So this is my story, and many people have this story as well. Many people have self-harm. Like, even adults have self-harm. Celebrities self-harm. And it's such a quiet thing at the same time. Like, not a lot of people talk about it. And any person who doesn't is called an attention seeker, and this, that. And everyone who has done it actually kind of understands. The world is actually understanding of self-harm scars, and anyone who makes you feel shitty about having them is not a person who should be in your life. That's all I can kind of put to that question. I know it was really long. I feel like I can only go through like 3 or 4 questions. So this question is from Planet Avery Films. How do you begin to help yourself on the road to self-love? Sometimes I can, and many times I relapse. What is the first step to loving yourself? Okay, so, ow, I just like bumped my head on this. Okay, alright, so this is like gonna turn into a rant, because like I'm passionate about making other people love themselves, because I like to like show people how lovely they are. So this might be like a long ass fucking answer, but how do you begin to help yourself? There is no perfect person in the world. There's no perfect person in the world, and that you're not perfect, and there's always something that you can improve on. Because some people who are like narcissistic and maybe closed-minded don't even realize that there are many things that they can work on themselves. Like this famous saying, a wise man once said, if you want to change the world, you have to change yourself first. Which makes a lot of sense because you are your world. When you work on yourself, you're actually working on the world, you know? And there's always going to be something you can improve on. And whether it's being more polite or helping others or not being so selfish or not having a big ego, there's always something that you can work on. So the first step to begin to help yourself is to realize that you actually need help and that you need to support yourself and you need to be better and you need to do better. You want to gain that unconditional love for yourself. So a love that doesn't have any conditions. Don't love yourself only when you're skinny. Don't love yourself only when you're like this. Don't love yourself only when you're like this. Love yourself unconditionally. That is the goal you want to get to. To get to that goal, you have to realize that you have to make some improvements. Whether it's leaving a smaller carbon footprint by eating a more plant-based diet, whether it's becoming more healthy by exercising, stretching, working your body, doing yoga, meditating, doing all these little steps can actually really benefit you into learning to love yourself. And when I stretch, I feel so aware of my body and I know my body so well. This is the only vessel I have and I know where my limits are. And I start to become friends with my body. And when I become friends with my body because I'm stretching it and I'm shaping it the way I want it to be, this suddenly isn't an enemy to me and I suddenly don't hate it because I'm working on it. Like many people hate their body, but they're not working on it to make it healthy. So many people hate their body and they're not working on it to make them healthy. And so, of course, you carry this lack of self-love because you are not giving yourself the things that you need. Okay, so there's like many parts to this question. So the first one was how do you begin to help yourself, which I feel like I answered. To add on to that, self-analyze yourself as well, not in like a super like I don't know if I'm giving the right advice because I'm a like born perfectionist and I always like try to fix myself, but it really works for me and it helps me become a good person and a good person in society and stuff like that. I don't like this person who hates on other people's success. Could be a reflection of myself hating on other people's success, and that's something I don't like about myself. And maybe that's why I don't like that about other people. Sometimes things that you don't like about yourself is why you don't like other people. And that's not a real example. Like, I love other people's success. But realize that some things that you dislike about other people, and it could actually mean that that's what you don't like about yourself. Because when you think about it, like, we're all the same people. Like, we're all the same. There's no differences. And something that you hate about someone else is an inside reflection of something you don't like about yourself. So analyze those little things in your life and start to make improvements on them and watch yourself grow. Everyone changes, and throughout the years everyone grows, everyone changes, but if you don't record your growth and you don't analyze your growth, then you can't actually see how much of a difference you've made and how much better you're doing if you're just like living life day by day and being like a piece of toast. Like, you don't do anything and you don't analyze and you don't grow and learn from your mistakes and learn from the things that have happened in the past. And I'm not saying to lie in bed and overthink about your life and have an existential crisis like I do every night. No, I don't. I'm not saying to do that, but to be more aware. That's what I want to say. To be more aware. To be more aware of your body, to be more aware of your health, to be more aware of the way you express yourself. I've been on a vegetarian diet, and I've been meditating, and I've been stretching and all that stuff. And the reason I quit smoking cigarettes is because every time I smoked a cigarette, I'd just be like, I'm putting all that work like to shit because I'm just fucking up my lungs. There's no point in me doing cardio or anything when I'm smoking cigarettes. So I decided to cut that out of my life, even though it was a really hard time and a really hard decision. I knew that that was a self-improvement to make. So think about the things that you can improve on. For example, cutting out soft drinks. Like, I've pretty much cut out soft drinks entirely, but I still drink it now and then. But I kind of wish I could cut it out entirely. Having these limits actually make me feel like I have control. It makes me have a little bit of hope in the world because I feel like I control my future and I control what's going to happen to me and I control everything. When you gain this kind of knowledge of your own self, like, everything you need to know, you already know. So I'm not going to continue on that question any longer just because it's been 24 minutes of filming and I'm actually running out of battery, so if I cut off. So thank you so much for submitting these questions. By the way, for the store this week, I've made bags, like tote bags and like utility bags / makeup bags. And I'll insert some of my favorite photos here. Yes, so do check it out in the description below. It's called universalhobobag.com. Like I said in the last video, I actually fucked it up. If you want to get a discount, you have to email universalhobobag@gmail.com, because in the last video I said universal hobo, but it's universalhobobag@gmail.com, and then I will give you a discount for the store if you want to get some of these bags and stuff. Anyways, thank you so much as well to SNAPMADE for sponsoring this video and sending me these awesome shirts. Yeah, I bleached the bottom of the bangs, but it's kind of turquoise because I don't think I added enough bleach and I didn't toner or anything. So this blue is supposed to be the same blue as my side bangs, like these ones, but it's actually turquoise, and I'm actually not hating it. Like, I'm not hating it turquoise, I don't know. And I was thinking of maybe after a week, if I don't like it or if I get sick of it, I can just cut it into like short bangs. Stay vibrant, stay effervescent, have an awesome day, and keep smiling.